Apple Card is the perfect cashback rewards credit card. You earn up to 3% daily cash on every purchase every day. That's 3% on your favorite products at Apple, 2% on all other Apple Card with Apple Pay purchases, and 1% on anything you buy with your titanium Apple Card or virtual card number. Visit apple.co/card calculator to see how much you can earn. Apple Card issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
In slow motion. About what?
And the grocery store? I'm at the combination nail salon and grocery store. Groceries through Instacart, delivered to my door. I don't have to choose between acrylics and the grocery store.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of Waylon, you were on the 12th class when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing. I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer-lasting scent.
This is Matt Spiegel, and we are off and running with Season 2 of the PBP, Voices of Baseball. The very best play-by-play voices in the game talk about their craft. Hear guests like Joe Davis explain the thought process during baseball's biggest games.
You gotta widen the lens. What does this home run mean?
Incredible broadcasters sharing great stories from your favorite teams with new episodes weekly. Find us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find podcasts.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This feeling, and it was referenced on the broadcast, it is Michael Jordan. Being down double digits again and not panicking, seeing him run onto the field, and it not even being a question, he's calm. Maybe they won't get it done or whatever, but like, he's not shook by the moment. It's not even a question.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Add some sizzle to your next special occasion with the Kansas City Steak Company. The most tender, world-class premium steaks delivered right to your door. Get 15% off plus free shipping right now at kansascitysteaks.com. Use promo code DR15.
There are no sweeter sounds. On all right field. This one's deep. Hear the game. Jumping up. It's gone! Tigers baseball all season long. 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
At the start of the show, I did. Rieger said he was opting out of the Red Wings playoff run. He's exhausted. He guaranteed a win yesterday. They lost to the Capitals 2-1, and now he's done. He's opting out, which I don't think you're allowed to.
How many people are with me? How into the playoff push are you? 248-539-9797. Spent the entire first hour of the show talking about it.
Yeah.
And we're talking about negativity right now. And Mr. Negative himself, Pat Caputo, comes in to do the Negative Pistons show.
And he follows Mr. Negative Jeff Rieger.
He does, yes. We're both negative together.
Is Mr. Negative Chappie on later tonight?
Ooh, he's negative too.
And then you go into the morning, you got Mr. Negative Jansen, Mr. Negative Costa.
Now, Jansen's rather positive. Costa's negative.
And then
what about Gator and
nobody
Doug?
shreds the local teams more than Crash and Croc. I mean, they just go all in head first. No, they don't.
You know us negative people like to hang together.
Yeah.
If you're a negative person, you only talk to negative people.
I like that there's different ways. There's different strokes for folks and all that good stuff. Like, it'd be awful if everybody was negative. It'd be awful if everyone was positive. In other words, it's just perfect the way it is.
Here's a couple of quick ticket texts. Okay, I want to read these to you. You react, and we'll go to the phones. Fair? Okay, good. I like this one. Rieger was most negative until Stafford left. Now it's Costa. All right, I like that.
I think Costa's like a young, inexperienced Rieger. He's very reactionary.
Oh, thank you.
Right, no, for whatever just
I think
happened.
Costa's really good at radio,
in
so
the
that's
moment.
a compliment.
Yeah, no, but in the moment, like on the Twitter and stuff, he's very
Did
reactionary.
you hear Costa say he did not have a good time at the Wings game because they lost, and then everybody made fun of him? And I actually agree with Costa. Why would you have a good time?
Drink beer and you
Not fun.
hang out with somebody.
You lost the game. I agree with Costa on that one. All right, a couple more for you. You cannot do his job, but I bet when he retires, he can do your job. Just shut up and let it go.
Well, you definitely could not be an NFL quarterback, if that's what they're saying. Maybe. I trained for it.
And then one more. I agree with Goff. Detroit media, definitely negative. At times, it's deserving, but you guys overkill it with negativity in most cases. Think about him, giving him credit on figuring it out. The Lions have moved past SOL. 97-1 needs to do the same. I'm pretty sure we've all moved past it.
No, but that is what he was saying, right? Like he was, like you don't have to live in that world anymore. To which we would say, excuse me, Jared, one question. You're right with the Lions, but the other teams we still have to kind of live in that world a little
Jared,
bit.
have you watched the Pistons?
Yeah. No,
what
but
about the Red Wings? What about the Tigers?
But I totally get what he's saying.
Wait, so SOL is no longer?
I've tried to bear it 5 years ago, and you don't do anything. But what if this happens? Then this makes it SOL. And I've had to beat you into submission to get you to stop bringing it up.
Very quickly. Let's say the Lions only win 5 games next year. Does SOL return?
I'm not even...
Oh, wait, that's negative. That is negative.
Jared, run for the hills. Get out while you still have your mind intact.
Hear that one.
Oh, my God.
That's rather negative.
Here's a guy who's always negative. Let's go to Greg. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello there, Gregory.
What's up, Greg?
Hey, dynamic duo. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Mr. Positive. Real quick. Jared,
we need a Mr. Negative to call in, don't
we? We used to have one, I feel.
Yeah.
Greg, when you have a bad day, are you Mr. Negative?
Yes, I am.
That becomes your alter ego?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Trust me. I think Jared is a little bit justified because what we're doing is undermining his ability and also, importantly, the team's ability. We're undermining the team's ability to win, and they showed that we can win. And Jeffrey was justified in saying, yes, historically speaking, Jeffrey has that right to say those comments that, you know, we can say that we've lost a lot. We've not, you know, obviously won. But I don't remember the media ever putting down Jared in the sense that, and he knows this, that he's not a good pocket quarterback, I mean, he is good, but he can't run. He can't escape. Okay, he's not the strongest arm. Okay, these are givens. But here's the thing. We won. And I don't remember too much negativity about us, you know, ascending to the championships.
No.
You know, so I felt, you know, I see his point, but I also see that two things can be right at the same time.
Right, and time frames change and things change. Like me asking that question at a different time would have been different, but at a period when they won 2 playoff games and they go in the NFC Championship game, I could see how it'd be perceived like you still feel like you're the underdog, and which they were the underdog, legitimately so, but I can see like, well, no, wait a minute, you see everything we've won so far. So I get that, things change.
You know what's interesting? People don't know this about you.
What?
You've obviously left an impression with Jared Goff. Duh. And people don't remember this, but you had to have a one-on-one with Miguel Cabrera because you pissed him off, too.
Oh, I did, yeah.
It was your what was that about? I forget.
He thought it was a negative question.
What was it?
I was asking, we were talking to, I think, Prince Fielder in the locker next to him.
This is like 2012.
It was when they were scuffling and he was scuffling, and I think I said something like, yeah, squeeze the bat a little bit more when you need a hit or something. And Fielder was just doing his, you know, man, it's just baseball, man, just got to hit the ball. And Cabrera was right next to me. Now I heard him yelling, "What are you talking? Why do you ask negative questions?" In the Cabrera voice, not my voice.
Gotcha.
And just and everybody's like, "What?"
And you got a history.
And he got really loud, and he stood up, and I said, "What? Are you talking about my question?" And then later that night, he sent me a DM on Twitter, and I DM'd him back, and he said, "You know, I'm sorry, I lost my temper." I said, "Well, yeah, I can ask negative questions sometimes. I don't mean them to be, because
I don't either when I'd ask them.
I try not to ask him in a snotty way, but I also don't want to ask him, I don't really want to ask you this, but, other people are saying, no, I try to ask it straightforward.
I actually will tell you this, and then we'll go back to the phones. I've learned from the best sides of you.
Oh, have
you? I think you ask great questions. I've given you 2 compliments today.
I gave you 2.
Okay, so we're even now. I think you ask really good questions. I do. I think you do your job rather well.
That's 3 now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take that last one back.
No,
you just do it okay.
First of all, I take it seriously from this standpoint. And again, we're probably getting too inside media, but whatever. People like it, so whatever. Is, when you're asking an athlete or a coach or whatever, you can say all the things you want on the radio. You can write all the things you want. There's very little chance they're going to see and read all of that.
Sure.
The biggest impression you can make is face-to-face when you have that person for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
When you're talking and they're talking back. And that is when you can make the biggest impression. And if you're being fair in those settings, I think they remember.
Well, see, that's why Wojo, and I consider myself a master at this, I ask the questions that the fan base wants to know.
You do.
That they put on Twitter, that they put on social media, that they call the radio station with. And the people you ask don't always appreciate the question, but at least the fans, the paying customers, the people that can't ask the questions themselves, at least they get the answer.
Yeah. No, that's true.
That's how I go about my job. But every reporter, every writer's got a different agenda. Some people write about one thing, other people write about something else.
Oh, wouldn't call them different agendas. I would call them different angles. Some people, you have your own thoughts. You have a different thing.
I used the wrong word.
Like one writer might have thought that was a terrible 4th down call, and another might say to Dan Campbell, like, you like to, whatever.
There's all kinds of different media members. Like, somebody will ask, like, hey, AJ, you guys are 1 for 50 in the last 7 games with runners in scoring position. And then the next reporter will be like, Alex Lang, do you think he's available? That could be the range of questions.
In slow motion.
Rieger would say, like,
slow
AJ,
motion.
You've been here, 3-4 years, and you haven't come close
in
to
slow
stepping
motion.
Do you think you still deserve to have this job?
About what?
Oh, I'm going to ask at this home store.
Call your mother.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another call, shall we? Let's go to Macomb. What? Talk to... You know what? That's what I always hear on the Millennium Record. They always yell, like hatchets always yelling at them. Ayamdi's doing it to us.
Past the break time.
Break time should be time.
First day in radio.
All right, 248-539-9797. That's also the ticket text. After the break, more 97.1 The Ticket. All right, folks, the sports calendar is loaded. No, mine. No, I'm not. FanDuel's making it even more exciting to get in on the action because right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $200 you can use to bet the MLB, NBA, NHL, so much more. Bet soccer if you want. I don't care. Visit FanDuel.com/Wojo and make your first bet a big win. FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. First online real money wager. Only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is now. Throw bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
97.1 The Ticket.
The world needs ways to reduce carbon emissions.
We're working on solutions in our own operations.
Like carbon capture. And clean energy from hydrogen.
So, who are we?
Believe it or not, ExxonMobil. And our solutions can help businesses in manufacturing,
commercial transportation,
and power generation too.
Heavy industry with low emissions. Let's deliver.
Learn more at ExxonMobil.com.
Baseball is back, basketball is heating up, and the NFL Draft is right around the corner. Listen to the latest on the teams you love here on the Odyssey app. The biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their teams, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
This is the stinking truth.
This is my issue with the Cowboys, is I think it's a lot more about organizational structure than I do about the quarterback that you've got playing. I think that ultimately you never empower people, and therefore your organization, when it becomes nut-cutting time, the organization falls apart. What's the old saying in the NFL? I don't want people who point the finger, I want people who pull the thumb.
Subscribe to The Stinking Truth, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Add some sizzle to your next special occasion with the Kansas City Steak Company. The most tender, world-class premium steaks delivered right to your door. Get 15% off plus free shipping right now at kansascitysteaks.com. Use promo code DR15.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early, so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts, so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, go to Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is your mower's battery weak or dead after winter storage? Get your mower ready for spring lawn maintenance at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase any Superstart lawn and garden battery and get a $10 gift card after rebate. Choose Superstart batteries for power, performance, and reliability exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hey everyone, this is Brett Boone. Would you know it? I've got a podcast going strong in our 4th year. Tune in as I sit down with my friends, some of the biggest names in sports, media, entertainment, for a lot of fun and in-depth conversations. As you know, baseball's been my life. It's been in the family for a long time, and it's a lot more than that here. It's sort of like taking a ride in a golf cart around a beautiful track. Join me every week for multiple episodes on the Brett Boone Podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Stacy Reeves, General Supervisor for DTE. As part of our plan to make your power more reliable, we're installing new smart technology. When it's up and running, our smart grid will have fewer and shorter power interruptions. Our crews are out every day doing everything in their power to deliver the reliability you deserve. DTE.
Text the ticket now. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
So, Patrick J. Caputo?
Yes.
Yes.
He's going to do the Pistons show, then he's going to do his own show, okay?
Okay, good. That's nice. Just talking about negativity in general. Not to be negative about negativity. We're positive about negativity. Anyhow, ticket
I'm
text.
positive there is negativity somewhere. Yes.
Ticket text. Maybe Goff was referring to the negativity put on Josh Butterfingers Reynolds as the ticket texter puts negativity on Josh Butterfingers Reynolds.
Well, Reynolds left.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Goff enjoyed having Reynolds, considering up until that NFC title game, that was a pretty good connection.
No, I know, absolutely. And sure they wanted to get, but I kind of think Reynolds wanted to get a fresh start after
Maybe
that game.
forge his own path.
Yeah, why not? All right, let's go to the phone, shall we? No, can I? Because you guys yelled at me before. Let's go to Detroit and talk to Ricardo. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello there, Ricky.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, what's up, Wojo? What's up, Reed?
What's happening?
Hey, man, look, man. You know, the media, you guys got power, man. Not just you guys. I mean, all over the world. And nowadays, with internet, you're able to speak to everyone. When you say something, man, everybody can hear that. And so if you speak on someone in a negative light, not saying you guys in particular, these guys are going to respond to it, man. And so I think Jared Goff has a valid point when he's saying that, not just you guys, but people are talking about them all over the world. And everybody's not talking about them in a positive light.
Yeah, but Ricardo, I think they are. But after having the season that they had, breaking the mold like they did, I think it is all positive about the Lions and Jared Goff.
It has been.
Who's saying anything negative? And I don't think that's what he's referring to anyway, but I do think everybody's been rather positive. Even the SOL people have changed their tune. You got to, because they were great last year.
Reed, you my man, you know that, but I disagree, Reed.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you know, everybody's not talking about, you know how much scrutiny Goff was under before all this went on?
For sure.
From that, I want to try to get in a few things, and with the Tigers, okay. You know, so far they're 7-3 or 7-4, whatever they are, but you know, the Tigers have great pitching, and I'm calling the coach. Dick Finch, this guy is a new Spark Anderson, a small ball genius, bro. So as far as coaching, pitching, we've got the test. And I'm telling you, don't sleep on the hitting here. We just haven't got started.
No, we're sleeping on it. I know, Ricardo, we are sleeping on it. I'm sorry, the hitting is sleep-worthy so far.
Ricardo, that's Wojo being negative.
No, thanks, Ricardo. But I get it. I do think A.J. Hinch is a good small ball manager, knows how to work the bullpen. But it would be nice if they give him some long balls to work with. You know what I mean?
I got to tell you, like, have you looked at Mike Trout? He has 9 home runs. Have you looked at the Tigers? I think they have 6 home runs.
Yeah, I suppose. And it's the thing about, do athletes who ever hear negative, and yeah, it's much more positive, of course, about the Lions, but human nature is, you can hear 10 things about you, 9 be positive, and the one that will stick in your head is the name. It's just the way.
That's how the ticket
it's
texts
how
are.
it works for me.
I get 5,000 ticket texts, 4,999 are positive, and there's the one negative that really sticks with me.
I'll get 485,000 positive comments on a column, and the one negative that sticks out of me, you know you misspelled that word in the 18th paragraph. It'll drive me crazy.
Oh, so you saw my comment?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You wouldn't know if a word was misspelled, let's be honest.
Wait a second. Depends on the word.
That was a little bit of a shot, I'll be honest.
Do you know the difference between your, and yours?
No, nobody does.
Do you get upset when people don't know the difference?
I don't get upset, but it does, I shouldn't say, it does make me think less of them. If they continually do the wrong your, isn't that a
So if somebody tweets out at you, you're not from here, but they spell it Y-O-U-R,
I think
you get very upset? I'm going to tweet that right now, too.
No, I mean, my first impression is dummy.
You want to put your arm around them?
No, but I don't mean that, because I've done, it can be a typo, it can be and also, people don't take Twitter that seriously, so they can just crank something out. Like, nobody does more sloppy tweets than Stoney.
Yeah, that's true.
God bless him.
Well, you know what you can do, though?
He doesn't have spaces, and he runs periods into the next sentence.
And it's all acceptable. It's amazing. It's amazing, yeah. Well, you know what you can do, though? When you're looking to tweet your on Twitter, just do you are. You can never be wrong.
Oh, you can do that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like too many abbreviations.
Make up your own rules.
I don't like too many. Let's go to Rochester and talk to Scott. You're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello there, Scotty.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's going on?
You know, part of I think we both can learn from each other in this. Golf can learn from us, and we can learn from him. The thing is, part of it is that
I see his car, so he's probably at a meeting.
In the absolute worst period of sports history.
Yeah,
and
so he might have had a meeting.
That has hurt people more over the last 50 years. So it's natural for us to be a little bit hesitant because we've seen good teams before. But in his fall, he has to realize, for the first time ever, he's not playing football in the state of California anymore.
Right. You know what, Scott? That is a big point, and he's talking about it. And he grew up in California, in L.A. It's not a sports market per se. They don't get.
Hey, he went to Cal.
Yeah, they
don't get mad at you when you don't play good.
Yeah, he doesn't get.
Yeah, the poor fans, maybe. No, Scott, I think it's a great point.
And by the way, everything, not everything, but I think it's much more important than L.A.
By the way, Scott, the way you started your call, we can learn from him. He can learn from us. I got Rocky IV vibes. If I can change, you can change. We all can change. I love you, kid.
No, we are negative, but it's not just you guys in the media. Us fans are negative as well. So when we call...
Oh, no, you're damn negative.
You guys know what negative things.
Yes.
And you guys have been maybe a little bit more, Rieger's still not wanting to start. Well, now you want to play golf, so you're fine. But, so we are negative, but we are a negative sports town for a reason.
No, there are, except for the one thing being, The Lions, which are normally the reason, no longer are the reason. And like I said, it was culture shock for Goff to a certain degree because nobody bitches about the athletes in L.A.
I take pride in the negativity. I like that we're negative at times. Speaking of negative, Penn Caputo's coming up.
You know, I was listening to you guys. I've seen you in all
And
those
it's
meetings.
green.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
That was just unbelievable. Was this a parody of
And
Saturday
it's
Night?
green.
What do you mean?
Mr. Negative calls up, or Mr. Positive calls up to do Mr. Negative show.
During the negative show.
You know, I mean, first of all, then Scott calls up all the time, you know, breathing a little heavy there. I mean, I'm sitting there, you know, I mean, I'm like, whoa, you know, I'm glad I don't teach at Oakland. I did that for, like, you know, 6 semesters or something, 6 classes. But I would have to, you know, deprogram those kids for like 3 hours if they listen.
Like, what do you mean?
At least we missed rush hour traffic.
Well, first of all, Drew Sharp, last time I saw him, we were at a table. You,
I know.
Yeah. All 4 of us.
Al
were there.
Avila yelled at us.
And then we kept asking questions. And Al Avila looks over there. And Wojo asked him, he goes, what is that, the negative table over there?
And we're smiling, me, Caputo, Drew Sharp.
Hi! And Rieger.
Hi.
Rieger joined us.
Oh, yeah, as a badge of
Your
honor.
tie is
I was
ugly.
sitting with the heavy hitters.
What did you ask Jim Leland? So he looks at you straight in the eye and goes, you gotta leave.
There was a couple times, but the one biggest one.
You're gonna have to leave.
So if I said
have
that,
to
it would
leave.
work? Like if I said that to Rieger?
Yeah.
You gotta leave.
No, no, I never left though. That's the thing. People
Really?
come up to me and say, "I heard Leland kicked you out of his office." He never actually did. He just told me to. I didn't leave though. I didn't think I should. I wanted to get more tape.
You're gonna have to leave.
Yeah, Leland and me are tight now.
Oh yeah, he always been tight.
I love Leland.
Still ask you.
I
miss that guy.
I know there was a little inside baseball that we did, but I actually find
Very
it
inside
I
baseball.
know, but I find it interesting when you can give little glimpses behind the scenes to people.
Oh yeah, they're
Because-
fascinating.
You know, because I think they think everybody in the media wants to be negative and delights in it, and I don't think that's true.
Just me. That's just me.
Yeah.
Well,
But you know what? The buffets are pretty good too.
Yeah.
That's why people think people get into the media so they can get free food.
That's just me.
I just want to say that was one of the worst hours of radio I've ever heard.
Oh, there've been worse.
But I am going to come in with a positive show. Pistons Weekly next. And by the way, Rieger, you're hosting, because you hosted the last 2, and Mark Champion specifically called in for you to do it today.
How about this?
More inside
How about
baseball.
this? I got a great question for you. Could UConn beat the Pistons? It will carry you an hour.
Would you shut up?
It will carry you an hour.
Would Malachi Flynn start for Purdue?
Will he make another basket since scoring 50 points?
That was funny.
Yeah.
He went from having 50 points to having 3 points and then I think 0 points.
He's like 1 for 16 since
They
then.
showed all the people that scored 50 points. He was the all-time low at 5 points a game in his NBA career.
I heard Danny Hurley didn't want him. That's what I heard.
Danny Hurley didn't want him?
Danny Hurley turned him down. Said, go to the Pistons.
He could come off the bench for UConn.
I think the real question is, how many Pistons would UConn recruit? How many Pistons would UConn actually want?
All right, enough of that.
Well,
It's
wait.
Pistons.
I forgot to tell people about you and me sitting there a long time ago. We were kind of young buds. George
Inside
Burley showed
baseball.
you his,
Yes,
his thyroid scar.
I have more instances of me
You
being
used to make
accused
fun of him in your column.
of being negative than people. I mean, what? They were mad. Yes, lots of people
You
yelled
know
at
about
me.
my thyroid issue.
Yeah, and they started pulling his clothes off. I had to get the hell out
Oh,
of there.
really? I
That
know.
was when he got fired, too.
Was
First
it
thing
like
he did.
erotic or something?
No, his shirt. He pulled his shirt.
Wojo, of all people, was making fun of his weight.
Yeah.
In his Saturday picks count.
Friday.
No, he couldn't sit.
do that.
No. As a fat guy, I thought it was fair.
Because
Right.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I look good in my medium.
oh, the inside, man.
So you're gonna break down the Pistons coming up.
Yeah, you guys can stick around here for another hour. We'll talk some media inside.
You want me to go out and pull the fire alarm?
Yeah, well, you ever had any issues in the Pistons room? I don't know.
What about? I did. We got in trouble for asking Andre Drummond about the booing one time, and then the Pistons PR came up to us and said, "Why are you always trying to stir it up?"
Yeah. And the Rieger said,
People were booing him.
I asked Bob Knight back in the day if he was double teaming Roy Tarpley when I was a young reporter.
Oh.
And he looked at me and he
What
said,
did Robert Montgomery say?
He said, we'd double team you if you had the ball down low and you don't look like too much of a GD threat. And he said the action.
Of course he did.
I was like freaked out, man.
Wow, yeah.
That's a great
Oh, no. Knight would do that to everybody. I saw him dress down Bill Frieder one time after a game. He was caustic, as they say. All right, here comes Patrick J.
Come on,
Caputo.
let's tell some more media stories.
You got a show to do, Pat.
Yeah.
If the Pistons if they win out, if they win their next 3 games, they won't be the worst team in franchise history.
The pride of Ball State University wants you to do the show.
Inside Pistons Talk Town next. 97.1 The Ticket.
97.
With Secret Outlast, you can go for a jog and smell like you didn't. With Secret Outlast, you can go for a jog in the middle of August and smell like you didn't. With Secret Outlast, you can go for a jog in the middle of August and accidentally finish first in a fun run. We have a new winner! And smell like you didn't. With Secret Outlast, you can do anything life throws your way and smell like you didn't. Secret provides 72-hour odor protection. Available in sticks or sprays. Secret works.
Hey everyone, this is Brett Boone. Would you know it? I've got a podcast going strong in our 4th year. Tune in as I sit down with my friends, some of the biggest names in sports, media, entertainment, for a lot of fun and in-depth conversations. As you know, baseball's been my life. It's been in the family for a long time, but it's a lot more than that here. It's sort of like taking a ride in a golf cart around a beautiful track. Join me every week for multiple episodes on the Brett Boone Podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod.
This feeling, and it was referenced on the broadcast, it is Michael Jordan. Being down double digits again and not panicking, seeing him run onto the field, and it not even being a question, he's calm. Maybe they won't get it done or whatever, but like, he's not shook by the moment. It's not even a question.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Add some sizzle to your next special occasion with the Kansas City Steak Company. The most tender, world-class premium steaks delivered right to your door. Get 15% off plus free shipping right now at kansascitysteaks.com. Use promo code DR15.
When it's time to repair or replace your roof, you can play Google Roulette and hope to find a good roofer. Or you can call Victor's Home Solutions and know that you're working with a roofing company with more 5-star reviews than any other roofing company in Michigan. What can you expect when you work with Victor's? A company who follows up promptly with phone calls. A company who shows up to their appointments on time. A company who takes as much pride in installing a perfect roof as they do making the whole experience stress-free for their customers. And a company who isn't finished until you say, job well done. Best of all, Victor's offers a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So if something goes wrong with your roof, Victor's will fix it, no questions asked. Schedule your free 21-point roof inspection and estimate today. 734-773-1100. 734-773-1100. Or online at victors.com.
Baseball is back, basketball is heating up, and the NFL Draft is right around the corner. Listen to the latest on the teams you love here on the Odyssey app. The biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their teams, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
Odyssey presents a joint venture with Hulu's High Hopes.
Yo, what's up? This is Jared from the Dirty Heads.
A secret 420 Dirty Heads show. Win a trip for 2 to LA. Enter now for your chance to win at Odyssey.com/highhopes. This month, reality TV hits a new high. High Hopes premieres 420, streaming only on Hulu.
Navien tankless water heaters, the proven leader in condensing technology. Request a Navien because you deserve the best in endless hot water delivery. Learn about Navien's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navien contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Hi, Discover. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I'm so glad I can talk to you 24/7.
How can I help?
I bought these yellow pleather pajamas, and I don't think I'm pulling them off.
Discover 24/7 U.S.-based customer service. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
SportsGrid.com.
The latest news and information on the Big Ten on the 5 Star Zone podcast with Rico Baird and the Big Ten Network's Howard Griffith. Get it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is Pistons Weekly, the inside story on your Detroit Pistons on and off the court. Here's your host, Pat Caputo, on 97.1 The Ticket.
Yeah, I missed the last two Pistons Weekly shows. Jeff Rieger was in so ably filling in and talking about the Pistons, but I'm back. And they took it on the chin last night, but hey, you know, the season's about over, and they're going to end up with 14, 15 wins. I'm confident they'll win another game or two. And it's just been a rough year. I honestly don't have, like, hey, you know what, this brilliant analytical, discourse for you about the Pistons right now. I don't. And it's not as simplistic as they just totally stink and then just going to ripping everything. It's, to me, kind of obvious what's going on with the Pistons. There's a couple things. Why did it get this bad? And I'll open up the phone lines for you, 248-539-9797. Why did it get this bad? Because you're talking about Troy Weaver's been in that position for a while now. It's not like where they're knocking on a playoff spot and they, had an issue or something along those lines, or they were just ridiculed or riddled, not ridiculed. They were ridiculed too, but riddled with a lot of injuries this year and had to, suffer through it. To me, it's pretty simple. They're drafting